Well, Bebe Cool went ahead to obviously surprise one of his fans, and she goes by names of Jemima. And what was the cause of Bebe Cool obviously surprising the fan? It's because Bebe Cool dropped his album on the end of last month, that is 30th April, and this girl went ahead to obviously be doing challenges and promoting Bebe Cool's album for free on her TikTok account. She has like 50,000 followers on TikTok, and Bebe Cool went ahead obviously be impressed, and he planned a luncheon with this girl. Welcome to East Africa Social Television. And guys, when was the last time we dropped a story from Kampala, Uganda? We've been Tanzania, Rwanda, Kenya, and so on and so forth. But this time round, we've decided to drop a huge one coming in through from Kampala, Uganda. And hope you guys are really going to be enjoying it to the fullest. So, the super fan goes by names of Jemima, and the super fan caught Bebe Cool's eye and got the gift of a lifetime. Bebe Cool took her in his car, and they really had a lot of fun together. But allow me throw you bit by bit of what happened. But this is what happened in the car when Bebe Cool picked up this super fan known as Jemima or Jemima.
Industry for such a very long time. I have so many people of two calibers. My generation and now these ones are the younger generation. So one of the main questions that people have had about me, actually that confuses most Asians, is they were like, is Bebe trying to become young?
Yeah.
Do young music?
What's the problem? What's the secret? We should ask Mami Zuena.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one wants to grow old, do you? You just want to grow up but not grow old.
Yeah, I'm just scared. I'm not leaving 25.
Exactly. And there's some small special things. As a lady, you'll ask Zuena. She'll give you tips.
Okay. The perfect person to ask.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So, because I've done music for a very long time, I have two types of teams. Okay. The young one, the new generation, the Jay-Z's, and the old one, which is us. So the old ones are good at reality, while the young ones are good at creativity. Okay. Yeah, so if you merge creativity with reality, then the answer is success.
Perfect. Yeah,
perfection.
Yes.
Because in reality, we deal with the actual issue the way you see it. But in creativity, because today's world is disruptive, people can do so many things in different ways, you allow for adjustment. So for me, I began with myself and said, I'm not going to be the old guy putting on those suits all the time.
Yeah.
How am I going to... At first I said I'm not going to quit music now without having a big album or probably a global album. Then for that to happen, it doesn't just be the music alone.
Yes.
It's also the person. So are you accepting to grow old physically?
Or
health-wise?
Yeah.
Because once you let go of your body, then even if you're good by vocal, it doesn't appeal, it won't match. Yeah. So most people are wondering, they are not putting that 1 + 1 together. Like this guy has been going to gym, making sure, taking care of his body, staying fit, looking nice. Those are the things that you connect to young music.
Perfect.
So
like how they say, what you give the body is what you give the back.
Exactly. Yeah. So now, remember, it's also like, even if you looked at the global situation of corporate companies and governments, they all want young people. All companies are advertising to young people. They no longer
care
products
about
for the old.
Baby boomers and millennials.
You know?
What's millennial Gen Zs, millennial kind of situation.
You get it. So it's also important for us as brands to also target the same audience. So how do you target them? Number one, you have to behave like them, think like them, look like them, then you're in them.
I guess you won't look like them. You look like us. Bebe Cool doesn't grow old. We like where I started as a Tommy study, Kambodsha. So we'd listen to your songs as babies. Now we're old. We're loving the album. But can I tell you, most like all favorite, like amongst all your songs, best song
Yeah.
is Nkuli.
Are you
I
serious?
swear.
Wow.
It's a very beautiful song. Then Love You Every Day, of course, it's an all-time favorite.
Okay. Sometimes when I choose to do certain songs, I do them knowing that for sure they will make sense to certain people. For me, I have failed to have a specific song that I love for myself.
Okay.
Because I'm challenged by the reason why I did different songs
Yes,
at those
yes.
times. If you talk about Love You Every Day, that was definite, because for me the thinking was when this lady was writing with Michael Fingers, we focused, I wanted them to focus on love in general that appeals to everyone. When you talk about Ngulio, that's something that it's a word that affirms no matter what happens with you or for you or on you, I'm going to be there for you because you're in there. You get it? So titles sometimes reflect that actual feeling. It's the same I was talking before I go to your house. I was telling people, I was telling the viewers about why did I choose the title Break the Chains.
By the way, why?
It's because sometimes people must know globally, each human being reaches a certain time when they feel locked up on some in one place.
Yes.
It may be financially, it may be mental, it may be love, it may be something. And then at that moment you want to reinvent yourself or do better.
That's true.
You have to break those chains. You have to
Break
believe.
the chain of depression, break the chain of social anxiety, break the chain of vision.
Exactly. So that's why, because I was in that position where I needed to break that chain.
Have you been depressed before?
Yeah, I have.
That's a good sign. People say rich people don't get depressed.
They actually get more depressed.
Really?
Yeah, rich people.
But now
get more
imagine what
depressed.
a poor person would be going through.
No.
But poor people are happy.
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you. Actually, when you don't have money, your only worry is money. Yes, there are moments. There's a universal situation where you have to think about health, or maybe also when a poor person has a sick patient in hospital, or if they fall sick, they actually suffer more. Okay, because they don't have probably the money to, get treatment quickly and stuff like that. But in general life, the more the money, the more the problems. Now the problems have no limit when you have money.
Money, yes. They keep coming.
At least when you're broke, they have limit to only health. But with rich people, problems can come from every single kind of a corner. You imagine
Like
recently let me begin with myself. I've lost 2 friends. I've lost several people, but even including a sister.
Sorry.
But I have lost 2 friends. One from a very rich family, who you definitely know. This is Sudin. Rajiv. How in this world do you tell me that God didn't give Dr. Sudin Ruparelia even 5 minutes to take care of his son?
Yes.
Just 5 minutes. Do you want to know how much that can depress an individual? Because even money doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You
when
get it?
Comes to life.
So
Health.
recently I've just lost another very, very close brother of mine, Cedric. Okay? From the blue, you're looking at everything is possible. I mean, talk about it and then let him pass. Talk about it. What is it that we wouldn't have gotten for Cedric? So it shows you that life balances. Depression is actually more on this other side. Look, the kids that commit more suicide are kids from rich families. The
And they
kids
consume the most drugs.
And they consume the most drugs. So you can see that one, at least there's an advantage somewhere on being a bit poor. Not very poor, but
Not very, just middle class.
just middle class there, where your children can value everything. They value the education, they value the little time you give them, they value, you know, a lot of, you know, input. And I'm not hammering kids from rich families. No. I'm only saying that statistics are showing certain things. So, how old are you?
25.
25.
Honestly, like,
The
I'm
honest.
making 26.
What do you do apart from? You do content creation. Oh, yes, honey. Acacia. We'll be there in 10 minutes. Only Acacia, Niku City Oil. Okay. And I'm on live. We are talking.
Oh, it's alive!
No, it's okay. Yeah, we're live on my TikTok. And then we also will have content created. So, apart from content creation, so content creation is a job you're doing as a
No,
job.
I'm making it a job. Like, especially when you came as signing a contract.
Oh, you were signing a contract with GoTV. Wow.
So yeah, I didn't want to go back home. I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
talk to him and say.
So I think that makes a lot of sense for. I hope there are some government officials that are watching this.
I know, I hope so.
Because I couldn't have been perfectly at the right time to pick you up to find out that your job is actually content creation.
Yes.
And what are those aspects? To get the straight everyone's called there. Kaboja. Like you're doing this as a job. And
I
how
started
many
monetizing it.
And you started monetizing.
I started as a joke, like.
That is Bebe Cool for you from Kampala, Uganda, explaining the Breaking the Chains album to his fan as he really drove her to where they're gonna be having lunch from. And I think if I really get some time, I'll drop you that video on how they really spent their lunch together. So East Africa Social Television it is. Today we've gone ahead, obviously get down to Uganda, Kampala, and Bebe Cool, Break the Chains album holder had something to do to promote his album. And go into the comment section and tell me your thoughts about the album of Bebe Cool and whether there is a song that you know on Bebe Cool's album. From Kenya, tell me what's your favorite song. From Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Kampala, Uganda, South Sudan, tell me what's your favorite song from Bebe Cool's Break the Chains album, because I know it is everywhere, right? It's everywhere, and please go ahead and obviously stream that album. By the way, in East Africa, I don't think that this year I've gone ahead to see very many albums drop, you know. I think BN is gonna be dropping one. Harmonize looks like he's working on one. Joshua Baraka is really working on one. From Rwanda, I think we have the band dropping one. Maybe LA will have to do something for us. For Diamond Platnumz, I'm really skeptical about him dropping an album, but all I want to let you know is that we should really get more albums from East African artists. In my country, Uganda, where I come from, I think this year we have like 2-3 albums so far, but artists like Apas, artists like Shibakarunji, Karo Kasita, Lydia Jasmine, and very many are really planning for EPs and albums. And we wait for more. I'm out.